Welcome to the Bang the Drum podcast, the 1K edition. We'll talk about what that is. I'm with Stevie Z. I'm not telling my name because I might be changing it. Why are we sitting here beside each other?
I'm changing mine.
You should change a lot of things. So it's like our third take because idiot's computer. So what does that mean? Who knows what's been going on that computer? I would not do a search history on that thing, and I hope the FBI is not doing, or anybody else, so this might be our last edition. Well, your last edition. I would continue on without you. I don't know what you're doing that thing, man. What's going on?
I ain't doing anything.
You did something to it. That thing is
Junk.
a hunk of junk.
It's junk.
So our third take, of course it didn't mess up until we're 40 minutes into it, or 30 minutes, had to start all over.
So, fourth take, fourth beer.
Fourth beer. That's a great combination where I come from. All right, let's get this show going on the road. Sorry for all the... Again. Take 4. So here we are. Let's talk about what you've been up to again. I had a bunch of surprises in tail for him. Of course, it's all room because we already went over it. What have you been up to, homeboy?
Playing music. Got remarried to my beautiful, lovely wife.
I think I'd reword that a little bit. You renewed your vows.
No, I got remarried. Like, I wanted to be new all over again.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
So why are you celebrating your anniversary in August when your anniversary would have been in June then? You can't have both ways.
I can do two.
So now what are you, a polygamist? What are you, Utah? What's going on there?
Oh, maybe.
It's the same woman. You renewed your vows. Didn't you? That's all you did.
Yeah.
You didn't actually get it.
Yes. Carl is, he's got that internet reverend.
Carl something.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Carl?
No, I don't. But I played a lot of music. Friday, Saturday night, had a couple good shows. It was very hot. Very hot. It's very hot right now. And I love the smoke blunt in my damn effing face.
I love it.
Every show.
Even at the tailgates. So I got a bone to pick with you. And you know what it is since, it's
Just
been
now?
revealed. Yeah, I got plenty of bones to pick with you. But this one, friends of 35 years or whatever it is, you quote-unquote got remarried. I wanted to be the master of ceremonies.
And I said no.
I wanted to entertain the crowd. The crowd wanted it. They said they wanted some humor, some laughter. They wanted...
That's not what happened.
It was too down. We needed some vibe. We needed some amp. We needed some energy. And you said no to your friend of 35 years. Explain that, please.
Don't let Scott do it.
Who said that?
Everybody.
That's not what I heard.
Don't let Scott do it.
It would have been great.
Kylan was like, my daughter. Shouldn't say her name, but did. She's like,
She
hey,
didn't know.
don't let Scott do that.
She said it'd be funny, though. She did say that. It would have been funny. Either way.
It's not really comedy relief time.
Probably should have been. But it went well, though. It went well.
No,
It's a good
it did
time.
go well. It was a good time.
So I've been in New York. Thanks for asking. So took me and my 14-year-old daughter and her 14-year-old friend. Need I say more? They did okay, but their kids are kind of annoying. But they got to see a lot of
Glad
stuff.
you had to go through it.
Yeah, I love New York. But the thing I do want to mention, I'll not get into all the stuff we did, but if you're a Stranger Things fan, it's expensive. But if you're in New York or London, England, it's the only two places. The prequel, Stranger Things, you may not even know is out there. I wouldn't have. It's called The First Shadow or whatever. Unbelievable. You're talking 2 hours, 45 minutes counting intermission. You don't want to leave. It was that good. Like, I'd love to see it again, but not at those prices. $110 a ticket. I think it might even be more than that. And that's cheap there, right? So It was outstanding. We had decent seats, and the show, the special effects, Stranger Things, tip of the cap. They even did, I'm not going to ruin it. It's pretty cool how they brought in like a Netflix feel to it and the Stranger Things music. It was just absolutely great. So I'm giving up cussing on the show, Stevie. I'm going to try to. It's tough with you being around, so we're going to clean it up, or I am.
No, I've already cleaned it up.
At least the
F-bomb.
F-bomb. Yeah, I might clean up the F-bombs. That's it. So you may be wondering, what would my other name be?
I'm not wondering that. You can tell
You're
me.
wondering. People, they're embarrassed by it, then they change their mind.
I'm already embarrassed.
If I get the name, there's got to be shirts. Somebody called me this in New York. The only problem is it has another connotation, potentially. The Cincinnati Daddy. Welcome to Bang the Drum. It's me, the Cincinnati Daddy. What do you think?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? How about the Cincy Daddy?
No.
How about the Natty Daddy? The Natty Daddy's pretty good. Maybe it's taken. The Natty Daddy? You don't like that either? I think that's outstanding. Might have to do it. I don't know. Scotty D, the Natty
do what
Daddy.
you want.
I can have multiple names like Muhammad Ali, Apollo Creed.
It's your world. I'm just living in.
That's right. The Master of Disaster. So, why the 1K edition? So, we've been up and running for about 3 months. A lot of work on the YouTube side. Spotify and all of them are going well as well. But we're over 1,000 subscribers. I think it's actually 1,300. I thought we'd be about 1K for this show. Turns out, well, the rate this is going, as many takes we got, we may be at 10,000 time this damn thing's over. But 1.3, so follow us, BTD, Podcast, Bengals. A lot of good stuff on there. I think it's cool as heck. Vince Scully talking about Eric Davis. Won't get into it this time. But, him, the praise towards Eric Davis and what he was as a player back then. To have Vince Scully, I think he was 88. Tony Soprano, which I'll talk about a little bit. But Boomer Esiason and Jim Kelly getting picked by Eric Thomas and Crumride just, bam, flattening Kelly. Smearing him, got a penalty for it. But it's pretty cool videos, that old stuff. For me, and I think, I've always been that way. I've been that way when I was a teenager, looking back at old games, whether it be basketball, football, whatever. So I'll post some Red stuff, maybe some other NFL games. I think people like it. But currently, Texas is our #1 viewing state, Steve. Texas. Longhorn. Surprised about it, are you?
I am. I would think just because of, locally that it would be Ohio. But it's still top 5, right?
I was 4th. Kentucky's in there, New York, the bigger states. So we're around. The downside of all of this is we're in so many countries now. Some of them, quite frankly, I wasn't even sure what they were. So many countries, the accent edition's probably gone. I can't do them all.
That's a shame too.
That's a crying shame. That's what happens when you grow. You'll lose some of your finer points, and that's gone.
Yeah.
Or I could bring back but we are in a ton of countries. On Spotify, Apple, all of them are going really well. But the YouTube, I like YouTube for the video piece of it. So thanks to everybody that's on there subscribing. Absolutely. If you're listening. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. On that note,
keep it coming.
Keep it coming. We need more. We like to get up, 10,000, 11,000, whatever. So hopefully by training camp, I think our goal, I'd like to be at 3K or more. And we're trending towards that. We're probably going to eclipse it unless something goes horribly awry, and some of the stuff you say, that could possibly happen. I could see that happen, honestly. So, Shadow Band's gone. Shadow Band's off YouTube. So we're rolling. Yeah. Cooking with gas, as they say. I think the Soprano video, which I talk about, it's got probably 9,000 views now, which is crazy. And some of the other ones it's going as we speak. Some of the ones I posted today. So try just to do it for your information if you're looking for them new. My dog gets me up super early, unfortunately. So I'm usually doing videos like between 6:30, and most of them are just on my phone. So the stuff that I recorded over the years and just saved, right? So sometimes I don't know the year exactly. I can tell by some of it, but or you can look up, say, who scored there, what is that? So a lot of, certainly Burrow stuff. There was them in the him, T, Chase, and Zach Taylor, the Reds game when they honored him in 2023, I think it was, or 22 maybe, 22. So that's on there too. And I've got some Reds Hall of Fame stuff, or the Big Red Machine being honored this weekend. But they were honored a few years ago, the 76 team was. So I got stuff on there with bench rows I haven't posted yet. Well, that's really cool now. And so all that kind of stuff will be posted as well. So we got Bang the Drum shirts, $20 a pop, extra large, medium. Stevie Boy's showing it to you if you're on YouTube. So just reach out to us. You can message us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. We got a Facebook page as well, Bang the Drum Podcast. So we'll have them there. We're going to bring them to Tailgate if you want to wait. Locally, we'll have them around, and that's where I'm going to get to next, where we will be local. If you like pro wrestling, this is a big event. I'm going to read it. It will be a good night for a fair fight on Monday night, July 7th. Spot Monkey Promotions presents an evening of professional wrestling, part of the Adams County Fair. 8 huge matches, including a heavyweight title match and a tag team match featuring former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, the Franchise, Shane Douglas, big name. Spot Monkey has a lot of big names for autographs and competing, and some of the rosters going big. The wrestling event will be included with your fair admission. So you pay the fair price. That's rare. You go in to fair, eat the fair food, which I like. Other things to do there.
Love grease.
Love grease. Not the movie. The movies are. 7 o'clock, bell time. Do not miss this huge night of professional wrestling. For more information, visit spotmonkeypromotions.com.
Check it out.
I will be there. The shirts will be there to some degree. We'll have some for sale, $20 a pop. So come over, say hi. I'll be around the ring there. I'll wear this shirt so people know me. It's going to be hot in black shirt, but we'll do it anyway. So kind of cool. Kids nowadays. What do you think about kids nowadays?
Oh, man. If you don't see them with a phone in their hand staring at a 3 or 4 inch screen or something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Sad.
Sad.
So something that's always bothered me, you do it, it bothers me about you too, one of many things, but wearing hats into like nice restaurants. So I posted a Tony Soprano video. He comes over to the guy. The girl's there with, take your hat off. The guy's like, it's my hat. And then he's Tony Soprano, so he gives him the scowl. He takes the hat off. You know, it's like 9,000 views now. Great Tony Soprano sums it up. Do we need more Tony Sopranos in our world? They just go around correcting kids.
Absolutely. I mean, these kids, I love them. I love my babies, but whew, they can be hard sometimes.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think we need Tony Soprano everywhere. Hey, put your damn phone down, pay attention.
Yeah.
I said it to them jokingly, but it's not really that big of a joke. The reason we're beside each other, by the way, is on Steve's laptop. It's not, we're getting warm and friendly. But it's, if God himself came down with a host of angels singing the most beautiful song that you ever heard, I'd say, hey, look at that. They would say, oh, that's cool, and go back to some dumbass TikTok video.
Yeah.
You agree?
Oh, I
it's
agree.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
You could see one of God, you know, Mount Everest. Look at this. Oh, but it's just amazing. It's so hard to undo. What I view it as,
Can't undo it.
and fans are that way too. And some of the ESPN and all that stuff, it's what I call its lack of substance. There's no grit to it. There's no real something to it. It's just all flash and
Yeah,
flammable.
you ain't got to be great to do that stuff.
No.
You know,
You just gotta be
do
stupid.
something that's
Outlandish.
catchy and outlandish and just outright. I almost said something I didn't say. Shouldn't say. And but it's everywhere. No matter where you go, TV, phones, tablets. No matter where, airports.
Oh, that's
everywhere.
amazing.
It's everywhere.
I saw something like just my two favorite hockey players, and of course got beat, but Draisaitl and McDavid's career earnings, it's nowhere near what the Paul brothers were. Forget boxing. Just because they're idiots. Right? And that's what sells. You know, the McAfee, all them. That's what sells. But anyway, moving on. Dey segment. Stevie boy, talk about what you're smoking, then we'll rate the beers.
So I got a Mr. Fogg Blue Raz Banana. It's okay. You can get them around here locally. At all
Don't
the
do it.
first
It's bad
stops.
for you.
Yeah. And then beer-wise,
You go ahead.
I got the Garage Beer. Pretty good stuff. I'm going to rate it at 4 Days today.
For Days, we're going to drink the same beer every time, so that's what I'm drinking. How about this? Cool, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So we're going to drink.
Gin.
I love it. It's Braxton Brewing out of Northern. If you're around there, it's a great place to visit. I love this beer, especially this time of year. It's real light. You can drink a lot of them.
It's fine.
95 calories or whatever. What does it say? Real beer for beer lovers or something like that.
Yeah.
I've been drinking this for several years. So taste-wise, you're not getting that full, like some of the Irish beers I've had on there, but it's light, crisp. I like it. I give it a 4 as well. But it's one of my favorite beers just to sip on, right? Especially on a day like today. I'm smoking, which is almost... Or chug. Smoking a cigar that's almost gone because, again, it's our fourth take, but it's a Perdomo Champagne 10th Anniversary. Perfect cigar if you can find it. I get mine from Neptune Cigars. If you listen, Neptune sponsor us. So, great cigar. Look, not too bad price-wise. Near perfect cigar, though. It's great. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it. He loves it. Frank Drebin videos on YouTube as well. That would be me. I've been swimming in raw sewage.
Yes.
Mike Brown's comments from 2010. I'll let you comment as I get back to the cigar. He basically said, it's interesting because it kind of sheds light. I mean, it's nothing earth-shattering. Most of you know it. But just how he described it there, I don't remember that clip before, quite frankly. But he's talking about giving players a second chance. And at that particular time in history, they were catching some heat. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were catching a lot of heat, and there was worse to come. The Pac-Man was coming.
The Burfict was coming.
Burfict was coming. Malaluga was coming.
Which he turned out to be okay as a pro.
He got some trouble. He got some
Yeah.
trouble, and then he did that thing with Aaron Andrews. Yeah. But he got some trouble with that parked car. But Pac-Man's still in trouble, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something in here I shouldn't, but
Grown ass man.
yeah, I got all over him or the Bengals a few years ago when they had him as ruler of the jungle. I was like, that's horrible, and people got mad at me. People got mad at me, and look, he's in trouble again. That's who he is. But the point of that is, Mike Brown said, "Hey, I believe in giving people second chances because my dad didn't." And think about, he didn't even give us a second chance. He kind of laughed, but he's talking about himself, the kids, right?
Right.
So he's overcorrected, I think, to a degree. But he lived that life where he didn't get a second chance, and probably nothing was ever good enough. He's fucking Paul Brown, right? Maybe the greatest coach ever, one of. So what do you think about Mike Brown, how that's shaped his vision and his management style throughout his tenure there with the Bengals?
It's definitely stuck with him. So he probably I mean, there's things with my father, and probably the same thing with you, right? You think back, things you've learned, things that you disliked, and you think, well, when I grow up, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, right? And there's things that you keep that you're taught, and there's things that you do different. And I think with Mike, I think he decided at a young age that once he become the guy, that he was going to do things different.
Yep.
And he's done it different, and he's stuck to his guns, and he's been like that from day one.
Yep. He's done that differently, but the player relationship part of it, contracts and all that, he's not different. There's no budge. And that's the way Paul was.
Yeah.
There's no budge on contracts like Shamar and Trey.
Yep.
So he stuck with what Paul has done in many facets, and then giving players second chance, he went the opposite direction. So it's it cuts both ways, right? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good.
Which he was a scout for years and years, right? And of course, they probably had 3 scouts, and I mean, they only have 4 or 5 now. But as a family scout, there's probably a ton of guys that he loved, and again, just speculating, but I'm going to guess that he loved. That Paul was like, well, what was his background like?
Yeah.
And he had to go through the background. He's probably like, no.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's plenty of that went on.
Absolutely. And, Paul, getting back to the history, which I've studied him, immensely, Ohio State backing, everything else, but he gave, black players back then, he didn't care what color your skin was. And he's one of the first.
No.
Bill Willis, then, Italian Dante Lavelli, and those guys, he brought them in. Marion Motley, the running back.
Yeah.
They're all Hall of Famers. He brought them in, didn't care. But still, you had to stay, no matter who you were, same operating guidelines. So it's weird with the Shamar stuff. We'll get to that in a little bit. But so we talk about summertime blues for some. What are your thoughts as we get into camp here about a month away? It's hot. I like this weather myself.
I do too. The early camps is going to help a ton. I've got both open camps. I've got shows, but because of these camps are going to be early, I'm going to get to go. So it's going to be a super long day for me. 10 to 2, or it's actually 10 to noon, and then I have a show at 5:30 in Newport.
Ah.
Yeah, so
come all the way back then go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Be better if you didn't, really. But
I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, we'll worry about that when we get to it. But we'll do some live stuff there, maybe some shirt giveaways and different things. So we'll try to figure all that out. So yeah, I'm excited about camp. It's tough because you don't want to wish the summer away.
You don't.
But football, transition. I think the Reds are going to be good enough, as we talked about, to hang in. The rookie makes his debut tonight, so we'll try to keep us in there till football season. But I love training camp, preseason, all that kind of stuff. I'm in on it, so it won't be long. The magazines are out. Forgot to mention, I got one. I haven't looked at it. They're picking him second in division. Like the one I have is picking him second. So it used to be, now you have Athlon's, Lindy's. I don't think Street and Smiths exist anymore. But as a kid, like
I think they're plus 225.
Yeah, it's not bad. Don Heinrich's magazines used to be outstanding. So we'll see. With that being said about Mike Brown, as we talk about if things went wrong, which I don't think they will. I mean, they could. I don't think they will. But if they do, they don't make the playoffs again. Say they win 6-7 games, whatever. Is Zach on the hot seat?
So I thought about this a lot. I brought this topic up the other day because I was just thinking about like what this season could be like and how I try to remember how it felt last year, like in the beginning, right? Because I thought they were going to be got a little fun toward the end of the year, but it still didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like even if they got in,
it felt fake. It felt fake.
It did. Their schedule and some things that went on toward the end of the year, they still wasn't really healthy. I think he's not on the hot seat this year at all. Like I think even if he wins 2 or 3 games, he's not getting fired, and this is why. They just hired basically a brand new coaching staff. Mike, Katie, they're going to give them another year at least to try and get it on board and try to get it in the right direction, especially with having so many rookies. It's probably going to play a part this year. A lot of second-year guys that Lou didn't give them a chance last year, which we've beat to death with Jenkins and Jackson, these guys that got snaps, but they ain't getting enough. Murphy hardly got any snaps. Like, these guys are going to play a lot of snaps this year, but they're almost like they're, a year and a half in, or it's their second year. Like Murphy, he was hurt some, and he didn't have training camp last year, and there's so much involved. So I just think he's going to get a pass this year. Do I believe it's just going to be 2, 3, 4 games? No, I believe they're going to win at least 10 games this year.
Yeah.
I think I said 12.
Yep.
But no, I think he's not on the hot seat this year, but next year could be a different story.
I think it's a different ballgame. We've had this discussion. I've had a lot of people argue with me, not you, outside of here that really go after me.
I love to argue with you, but not on this.
I think that people say that, same old Bengals or whatever else. It's not with Burrow there. And you see things are different. Like, I'm not saying he runs everything, but if it's an unhappy season and he points out Zach, I think he's gone. I honestly do. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either because I think he loves him.
But I don't think
but
he
if
will.
It's because of Zach.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to see things differently because of the feelings he has for Zach and how Zach runs the team, how the team camaraderie, like how the locker room is. I mean, you hear these guys. Ted Karras was on lap.
Happy birthday lap.
Yeah. With that said, go listen to that. That's First Star Logistics, Lapham talking to Karras. It is absolutely great. That guy, man, he's definitely going to be in TV.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Or radio when he's done. He's great.
The tough part of it is, I agree with everything you said. However, if it's disarray like it was last year, and the frustration mounts again, I don't think he's going to view everything the same way. And I do put a lot of last year, the disorganization, the chaos, the not ready to play, the club, country club training camp. I think that's Zach, and I think it better be different this year, because if it's not, I think there's things that could change. And I don't, the thing is, I couldn't dream going into the 24 season that it would be that bad. Yes. I never even dreamed. People can say what they want. Hindsight's 20/20. You jump back. I thought they would at least be solid enough to hang around. They still won 9 games.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about that.
And they actually wasn't a very good football team.
Offensively, they were, but very good.
They were, but in whole, special teams wasn't great.
Yeah.
Defense was absolutely horrible, and the offense was, I think, top 5, top 7.
Yeah.
So, absolutely offensively, but you win 9 games.
Yeah.
And
2 years in a row, 9 wins in a row. So, or 9 win seasons, 2 in a row. So, as we think about that, like as we transition, we'll talk about what that looks like here in a second. But you think about what will it take for Burrow to win MVP, and we'll look at his stats here. I got to pull it up. One thing it will take is he's going to have to throw a football better than he does a baseball. That was embarrassing.
It was bad.
That's ridiculous.
It was bad.
That looked like the mayor a few years ago.
I'm not sure, he played baseball. I'm not sure what exactly.
That can't be real.
Maybe it was AI.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was in New York when I was in New York. I don't know. Maybe the Heat got him or something. I didn't see him. I looked for him.
He's probably going to catch shit about it, and he's probably going to explain himself. And he's going to come up with.
He'll laugh about it.
Yeah, he will.
He'll laugh about it. If I see him around, I'll say, "Come on, man, what's up with that?" Because that was pretty embarrassing. I think I could throw. I know I could throw left-handed better than I'm right-handed. I know I could. So that was pretty bad. So
probably me too.
Yep. So last year he had 40. Like last year was an MVP season if they did anything. Led the league in yardage, 4,918. Led the league in touchdowns, 43. Here's something I do think will change. Led the league in completion and attempts. I think for them to be an elite team, I think those attempts got to go down a little bit, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was just a shootout every game, right? It was like Jim Everett with the Saints years ago. You don't want that. He led to 89 yards a game. I need glasses, which is impressive. 48 sacks. Those numbers always look bad. Sometimes it's him holding the ball and running around, but they didn't play very well. The guards didn't. They did not play well. I thought the tackles were okay.
They probably allowed 30, 35 sacks, and then
normal time.
And then he was probably 10, 12, 15 sacks was his fault. So you go back and look. I've watched some. I'm like, damn, Joe, but yeah.
So what do you think it's going to take for him to win MVP?
Win the season. If he does this
with playoffs,
let's say his attempts go down, so that means his average. If he had 4,900, so let's say he hits 43 to 45. I think his over/under on DraftKings is like 4250.5. So, he's averaged in his healthy seasons over 4,600 yards. Averaged 4,600.
His career numbers are off the charts right now.
Yes. So if he just averages that 300 or 400 less yards for the season. Maybe his yards attempt go up just a touch. You know, he's not in a hurry. But you say that, then, of course, Chase Brown, P. Ryan, those guys are going to be in the mix this
Rookie.
year. So,
Rookie is too.
So I think one, a winning season. And then they say deep runs, but that, I don't care what they say, that award is a little bit later.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care what they say, it has something to do with it. But I think just a winning season, and the numbers can be diminished a little bit, but I think roughly those same numbers, and just win 11 games.
And people are believing in him in terms of Vegas, right? I'm on Caesars, I think it is. Lamar Jackson is plus 550 for MVP. Josh Allen is plus 600. Joe Burrow is plus 600. Mahomes is plus 650.
Yeah.
And then a drop to Daniels
Yeah,
is plus
that's
850.
what I seen today.
So everybody, you know, the odds makers believe in him. And I said it again, like I get excited when I watch the videos from last year offensively, not defensively. You see what they were doing. You take it with a grain of salt, but Yoshi's a lot bigger. He looks more athletic.
Yes, he does.
Burton can't be any worse than he was. And if he is, he's not on the team. So I think he might contribute.
Yes.
Gesicki a year in there. Chase Brown, the running back, I think at left guard they're better. Right guard, no worse. So if all those guys are healthy, I think this offense is just going to be even better.
Yes.
Maybe more balanced.
Yes.
They better be.
Let's hope, which will also attempts. If you can get up, if your defense is a little bit better, then you're not throwing the ball as much.
Yep.
You know, if you can squeeze out that freaking 4th and 1 that they have so much trouble squeaking
Third and
out,
short.
you know what I mean? Then you guess what? Instead of punting or instead of trying a long field goal, then you're moving the chains, you're starting new downs. So it completely changes the game script of how Zach can call a game. Last year, the defense was so bad, there was no script.
Nah.
It was just drop back and pass. The defense,
Run and shoot.
they could pin their freaking ears back, and these guys could go after Joe, and he still put up almost 5,000 freaking yards.
And he took a lot of big hits. Like,
Yes, he did.
We talked about holding the ball, but sometimes it wasn't that. He took a lot of big hits. So
2.45 seconds.
Yeah.
Best in the league.
yeah,
Getting rid of the football.
Yep. And I think, this short yardage, like you look at stats are misleading in some regards. So a guy like P. Ryan, he might make a play or two a game where maybe he has 2 catches for 12 yards.
But
those
when
2
does he
catches,
do it?
they're going to be big because he'll block and he'll catch stuff on 3rd down. And also, I think the rookie on short yardage, I think he's going to be a beast in those short yardage situations.
I do too. Hopefully they give him a chance to do
I think he will.
that.
I think he will.
I do too.
I think Chase Brown's going to be the feature back as he should be.
Yes.
There's all these rumors. I don't buy any of that stuff. Chase Brown's going to be the feature back as he should be. You know, he's a game-breaking running back. He's more than that, though.
Oh, yeah.
People just think about his speed, but he's good. Good vision.
Wait and see where he goes in fantasy leagues.
He's going to be good. He's going to have a lot of touchdowns, I think.
Yeah.
But I think P. Ryan and the rookie will contribute. What's the rookie's boy? Is that right? What's his name?
Yeah.
He's going to be.
Right?
Yep. He's going to be good. So I'm excited. So, maybe it's the fan in me, but I think the defense getting younger, a new coordinator, they're going to be a little bit better. I think this team has the makings of a championship level team. I really do. I think
the defense is going to be better. We've said this episode after episode. We think they're going to be better. It doesn't take much.
Nah.
They was freaking disgusting last year.
They can't be that bad.
No. And if they are, guess what? You still have a chance to win 10 or 11 games.
Yeah.
Because they had a chance to win 10 or 11, 12 games last year.
Yeah, I mean.
So just pull some of them out. Let Evan get healthy. Maybe he can kick a 50-yard field goal without missing it. I think he was 11 for 19 before he got hurt. You know what I mean?
He wasn't doing
He wasn't
it,
good.
yeah.
He was, I think, 2 for 5 in the 40s.
Some big misses, right?
Yes.
There's overtime games.
And not all of it was his fault. They got Wagner. So Wagner and what's the other snapper's name?
Cal.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll battle out and that one's good. It's going to be a battle, and that's one we should pay a little bit of attention to because it can make or break 1 or 2 games this year.
You look at it, they gave, and Baltimore fans will disagree, but they gave those 2 games away.
Yep.
They came back, gave the Chargers games away.
Yep.
So there's games that they just puked it up, right? The Russell Wilson game was absolute joke against Pittsburgh. Absolute joke. So there's games there that they just gave away that they should have won. You had 1 or 2 of those games. Who knows how the year ended? And that's with that defense that bad.
Yep. That's why it seemed fake.
Yeah, it just
Like even if they would have done it, it's like they basically did it because Joe is Joe.
I think he's the best quarterback in the league.
I do too.
And he's not working with Andy Reid. And we'll see what. I saw Kelsey at a hockey game.
I'm sorry.
I saw Kelsey at a hockey game, and I could read lips. And Taylor Swift said, "This is kind of cool being hockey." And he went, "Me like hockey. This fun." I can't stand that idiot. So moving on. The 2023 Bengals. So a lot of people getting a lot of comments from family and friends or whatever. They're not going to win. They won 9 games last year. Look how bad.
I've been catching shit at work.
But look at it. 2023, they were 16th in the league for points for. They're way better. And he was hurt. Jake Browning came in, did a nice job for a little bit. But they were 21st. Lou got all that credit. And you heard me say about it. Like, the vast majority of the time, they weren't that good then even. They played well against Kansas City in the playoffs and Buffalo. But it wasn't like they were earth-shattering.
No. And we've talked about it before. They gave up yards between the 20s.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean?
That's what he wanted to do.
Right. And he didn't care.
I hate that.
I don't like it either. Get the ball back to your quarterback. And he wouldn't do that. Then that gives less opportunity for Joe to slice and dice. And that's not...
With a lead.
No. Give him the freaking ball back and let him go down and throw it to number 1 and number 5.
Exactly.
And see what freaking can happen.
Those two guys are special. And
88 now.
Yep. They were 6th in the league at points per game last year, 25th in points against. And that improved in large part.
It was 29th.
Yeah, they were
before those last 4.
They played against some weaker teams.
And Denver lit them up.
Yeah, Denver did light them up. And sad some of those plays that they lit them up. So we'll see. I thought Lou did some good things. I'm not going to knock on him too much. I think he's a nice guy, and we'll see. Is Pratt signed anywhere yet?
He signed with
Raiders. Yeah, I did see that. So good luck to him.
Pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, he did.
In a day or two.
I mean, he's still better than a lot of the linebackers, but they couldn't keep him. So Logan, the rookie, I think will make a big difference. So call us homers, call us what you will, but I think they're going to be a lot better defensively. Potentially top half of the league or close to it. Even if they're 18th, 19th, whatever. With that offense, it's probably going to be enough to win 11, 12 games and be in it.
Demetrius Knight, I'm going to call it right now.
I think he's going to be a player.
Not only is he going to be a player, I think he might be a captain.
Yeah, he's going to be a leader.
Because they lost all 4 captains on defense this year.
Logan got a shot at it, right? Wilson.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
they'll take 3, then they'll take the special teams.
Yep.
And Gaither, Hubbard, Pratt, and who's the other one?
Von Bell's gone. I don't know.
Yeah, Von Bell.
Yeah. And Von lost. I love Von Bell. He was a great player at Ohio State. He was good for the Bengals a couple years ago. He lost. Sandy lost a step as when that Kolar beat him that deep, the tight end was like, man, we were there. Right?
He wasn't that good in coverage anyway.
Even in his prime.
He was so good around the ball.
And he read everything well.
Yes.
But when you're step even more slower, right, and the leagues, it doesn't take that much to lose something. So before we talk about Alexander to the Ratbirds, and then we'll wrap it up with a couple other things here real quick. But Trey Hendrickson is working out at a gym in Cincinnati. That's a sign. He's in Cincinnati.
He's in Cincinnati.
He's working out in Cincinnati with guys that work out with Joe and worked out with Hubbard.
Yep.
And Shamar's been in there too.
Yep.
So all the hoopla is not a done deal.
No.
I get all the, they deserve whatever they get, both sides of it. I'll say this because I beat on Trey and the Bengals a little bit. Trey Hendrickson is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And they need him. Well, he's good against the run. I understand. But if they can get a lead and he's back there in big play moments, he can make plays.
He can.
They're going to need him. He's going to be there. Shamar will get over all this stuff. At this point, I'm starting to think it's a bad look for Shamar, honestly.
It is a bad look.
It's a bad look for both sides, but just go fucking play football. The rest of them are, right?
Yep.
You're making a lot of money, and really you didn't produce that much. I wanted him, but he's coming in like he's the man. You're not really there. Let's go prove yourself and just play some football. Yep. And he will. When we get to camp time, both of them will be there. You watch. And all this will go by the wayside. Problem is, Trey doesn't need all this time where Shamar does, right? And, Miles Murphy, Osai, Trey, and Cam Sample's back. But Shamar needs to be on the field and he needs to be making plays for this defense to be what it can be, I think.
Yep.
So,
I wouldn't understate Cedric Johnson either.
No, he looked good in camp last year, for sure. Preseason, all that. He might be a role player for him. We talk about Jair Alexander, people making a big deal. Oh, well, Lamar won him, he got him. He hasn't been good in a long time, bro.
Nope.
In a long time, brother. I use the word bro because I hear it all the time. Hey, bro. Hey, brah. He has not been good in a long time. He's injured all the time. The only thing you can say is Baltimore's got a pretty good track record of bringing those guys in and rehabilitating, but he does not scare me. Your thoughts?
No, not. To be honest, with this receiving core, there's not a a backfield that scared me.
It's all about just giving Burrow time.
Yep.
That's all about. So,
What's about?
quick episode, in part because it's our fourth take, in part because we're building up to next week. We will do a Independence Day. I'm going to be decked out for that one. July 4th is coming up.
Can't wait.
My favorite holiday. Why?
I really can't wait.
I love July 4th. It's my favorite holiday for what it stands for.
Yep.
Independence Day, go America, America. And it's warm, one of my favorite times of the year. So what we got coming up? So we'll have that show. We're going to try to get some Bengals rallies as we get closer to camp.
Yep.
Do it around here probably in our area. So we'll promote it. Side note, a lot going on in our area. A bar here does the Queen of Hearts. Have you heard of it? Was it up to 800,000, 700,000, something like that?
700 2 weeks ago. It'll be close to $1 million.
Yeah, at a bar. Tickets are already sold. I'm just kidding. I don't want anybody else to buy tickets. Just kidding. So that's a big deal tomorrow night. So if I'm dressing a little different, a little more happy, the next one, you'll know why.
My band actually played there while I was on vacation. I love you guys, but I wish I could have been there to do that.
I heard you play there once. I got to be honest with you. They sound a little bit better without you. Just a little bit.
Well, good. You wasn't there that night, so.
I wasn't. So I'll be there. We're going to go, I guess. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. But if you're not there, you lose half the winnings. So you got to be there. So upcoming Bengals rallies, we'll do shirt giveaways. If you have a business in mind, an area that would like to do it, we will set up just like this. Hopefully he has a different laptop. We'll do it there. We'll give away shirts. We'll do trivia. We'll do some things to win it. It'll be exciting. So we look forward to that as well.
Yep.
End us, big boy.
Also, traffic. Stay to the right.